good? Awesome. All right. So, we're going to get into how to build a brand that people feel can actually experience. So, making you more of like a referral base, right? Okay. So, why experiential marketing works? People don't really remember ads. Like, we're all getting sold to on the daily. Like, how many ads you get retargeted, you keep on seeing, and then like, okay, now I gotta buy it. But they remember how you make them feel. The experience is more about a memory. And when people remember you, they're going to refer you. So they're looking for something different. Like, what's our unique selling proposition? What's unique about us? You get to be in the hot seat because you're leading. So the thing about experiential marketing is a huge piece of my background. And experiential marketing is different than marketing and advertising. It's experiencing the brand. So whether you like to believe it or not, you are your brand, right? So we're selling ourselves first before we sell like a product. Our product is the service that we're providing. And so the biggest thing for us is to create that sense of loyalty, that we care, to make it personal. So I'm going to jump into that a little bit more. Don't look like that anymore. Okay, so one thing that we do that's unique to us. So I talk about this all the time is that, again, like what makes you stand out amongst the crowd? There's so many of us, like we could throw a rock and hit like 20, right? So, but we're all not creative people. So something that they're gonna remember you by. So my biggest thing is, I'm Italian, if you didn't know, from New York. And our slogan is, it's not business, it's personal, which also is from The Godfather, but it's swapped, right? So I'm raised to care for people. Like, we're loud, we show our love by food, you know, we just have people over all the time, and we're constantly giving, right? Like, we pour ourselves into other people. That's just a culture I grew up on. So community is everything for us. So it's, my reason why I'm sharing that with you is that I always joke too that I'm an Italian from New York, I got a guy for everything. And this is like my like little like elevator pitch, because it kind of like, everybody's like, oh, that's kind of funny. And sometimes it doesn't hit, most of the time it does. But so my thing is that I think what we need to consider is being authentic to ourselves. So the more you can be true to who you are and embrace it, that is what hits with people, because it's easy to talk about. I can talk about food, I can talk about being Italian, I can talk about being from New York, and sometimes like that helps. Like, it's just having that personal touch. So when I walk into somebody's home and I haven't met them this is my first time meeting them, right? So really what I want to do is knock down those barriers. So I'm looking around the home, seeing like, oh, like you have kids, oh, how old is your son? Like that personal connection. Oh my gosh, I have a son too. Oh, they play soccer, so does mine. It's just making the experience personal to them. And so what I'm going to try and explain to you guys today is how to implement different experiential marketing so people can experience you guys and your business. So you're going to see a worksheet on your table. I promise that you guys are going to walk away with golden nuggets and something that you can implement today in your business, and that's what this worksheet is for. So I'm going to bow down. So the one thing I want you guys to take the time to do is step number one is, the question is, what do you want people to feel when they think of you? I just wrote down like 4 little ideas, because sometimes like, I don't know, like I want them to like me. It needs to be more specific. What do you want them to feel when they meet you, when they experience your brand, when they're coming to your events? Right, check off one or write down anything that you want. Fill in the blanks. This is going to be a very interactive day because nobody wants to sit here and listen to me talk for an hour. And if you participate, spoiler alert, I have gift cards that I give out. So yay! Okay, so this is going to be scalable. So we have people in this room that are brand new agents. We have people who are maybe in the messy middle, you're growing into your business, and then we have top producers in this room. So thank you all for coming, but this is something that you can all be able to implement into your business at different scales. So for a new agent, you're going to want to start like small, stay consistent. Like, what can we do that maybe is not going to feel like you're breaking the bank? Like, can we do like handwritten cards? Can we make text? Can we do social media outreach? So something that's more of a thoughtful follow-up. So it's things that we can do that don't cost us money, that people know that we care about them, and it makes it more of an intimate, personal response is Facebook. If you go on Facebook, every day Facebook tells you whose birthday it is. Okay, every morning I go in and say, whose birthday is it? I don't care if it's an agent, if it's a friend, if it's somebody I haven't talked to in a while. I go in and instead of messaging them on Facebook on their board where like 100 people get those messages, I shoot them a text message. If for some reason I don't have their phone number, I'll shoot them a private DM. Spoiler alert, if you shoot private DM and you have a conversation in DMs of Instagram and Facebook, the algorithm gives you more credit. So like you will start popping up on their feed more and more, and that's really what we want. We want to be top of mind. So things like that for a newer agent are really easy to do. For growing agents, it's building a repeatable systems that you can automate. So we have created for us, like we're kind of like in that middle scene. Sorry, I should introduce you. This is John, my partner. He's used to this. I do all the talking, and he's just there giving me the thumbs up. So we curated a personal systematized marketing plan that makes everybody feel like we're thinking of just them, that they're only clients that we're working for, but we systematized it because we had the opportunity where, oh, this works, and I used to spend so much time thinking about like, oh, what do they like? Do they drink? Oh, well, their kids like sports. Okay, so maybe I should get them a bid with their name on it, but then I gotta go to Etsy. I put so much brain power into doing it, making it so personal that it wasn't scalable. So I found items that we use a lot that we still felt personal to our clients, so they felt special. And think about it, like how many times what do you guys think about when somebody gives you a gift? Do you remember the gift that has like a big logo on it of somebody else's company, like a cutting board? We got one of those like from somebody else one time, and it was like a huge, great cutting board and had a big logo. Like that's not a gift, right? That's something that like you're like, hey, remember me, but I want to keep top of mind, but I don't really thinking of you. The idea is that you're thinking of them, like things that they can use. So how do you feel when people get you something like, oh my gosh, I saw this hat, I love it so much. So that's how you have to treat your clients. For top producers, like scaling the experience to maintain the intimacy as you grow. So it's really hard as a top producer sometimes to be able to continue to provide that personal touch. Sometimes it becomes a little bit more transactional. But the more we can systematize what you do, the more opportunity you have for keeping that personal touch so people remember you and then they refer you. Okay. Oh no. My little picture doesn't work. Okay. It's fine. So this is a picture of different brands. So think about it. So like Nike, right? They're not selling a sneaker. They're selling an emotion. Just do it. Dove is selling like embrace your body, right? It's not soap that they're selling. It's an experience. It's experiencing your brand. Your client's experiencing you. So it's just like these other top markets. Coca-Cola, like what are they selling? Now they started putting like their names. Remember that? I don't know if they still do it. They put the names on the bottle, and then it was like genius. And nobody can ever find Andrea, by the way. But you did. You're like so excited. You wanted to give it to a friend, right? And then think about things that people have talked about where I have a friend's like, oh my gosh, I need to get, my lawn mowed and I can't find somebody, and like who's raising their hand big, oh yeah, like I want to help you. I have a guy, here's my guy, who needs like the best blowout. Oh, you gotta go to my girl. Everybody wants to be part of your experience. They want to be able to say, oh, I helped her do that. Oh, like your hair looks great. Isn't my girl the best? Like stuff like that, that gives them an opportunity to, is that's whole referral. It's like a giver's gain if you guys are in B&I, but it makes you feel good. Like how many times has anybody ever referred somebody and then it worked out for that person? Has anybody ever? It's exciting, right? So that's the whole point. So you have to look at yourself as a brand that people can experience. Those are those pictures. Okay.
You have to connect to the internet. Is it Canada?
Yeah. Oh, is Jason here? Jason, what's the Wi-Fi? Maybe we need to connect the Wi-Fi.
It's free.
It's for a technical break. So for number one, anybody want to share what they think and they want people to feel when they meet them or experiencing their brand? Anybody want to share? Oh, there's gonna be real awkward. I'm gonna call on you. You're gonna hate it. Yes.
Sure. Celebration and positive moments, happiness, dancing.
Okay.
Service to others.
And And so what's something that you provide to your clients that you know is gonna make them feel that way?
Service to others is I always pay attention to the little nuggets about what they might need or what's not in their life to maybe provide some relief or positive something.
Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna work on is taking that feeling that you want and what can we give them? Like, is it a first meeting? Is it a closing gift? Like, that's gonna make them feel that way. Are we celebrating them through the process? Like, we all know, like, sometimes we have hiccups along the process, but what can we do to, like, relieve the stress as much as possible, right? So, for instance, one thing we do is a stress kit. When people go under contracts, we make it fun. We're very, like, lighthearted. Like, we can button up, but we can also throw back a beer with the best of them. But it depends, right? So our biggest thing is we're not everybody's shot of tequila. Like, we're not everybody's, like, cup of tea. But you'll know exactly who we are by exactly how we present ourselves and our gifts throughout the process. So, for example, if you're wanting people to feel celebrated and that you support them, you know, what is it that you're providing? Because we can say that. I didn't mean that in the best way. We can all say that, but what are we doing to show it, right? We can talk the talk, but can we walk the walk? So thinking about that is, well, do we have like a funfetti at closing, that like a little popper, and like that's like a celebration? Are we cheering them on like throughout the process, and what does that look like? So one thing we do is, because we're similar, where we want to relieve the stress, but we also want to make it fun along the way. So one of the things I do when I first go to meet people. Oh, cool. Yay! Whoop. How do we go backwards? There we go. Yay! Okay. Does anybody ever see the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Yes.
Oh my god, this is like me and my husband's life, because I'm Italian and he's anything but Italian. And so when she's like, there's a hole in this cake, about like the bun cake. So anytime we go to meet people for the first time of a listing appointment, I go back to what my mom always said: you never go to somebody's house empty-handed. I will never go to somebody's house empty-handed, and you should not do that for a client either, right? So what I do is I bring 2 bun cakes. So guess what? If somebody else is also, if they're interviewing somebody and I bring something and they don't, they're gonna remember this personalized gift. This was $15, not a big deal. I do it every single time, and because I'm super crazy about branding, I add an orange ribbon. You can't tell orange is our color. And I just keep it true to our business again. So everybody's like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect this. So my mom taught me never to come in empty-handed, right? So now I've already established myself outside of my competition, because most people I found don't do that. And when I find that people don't, I'm like, really? And I find people don't do closing gifts, I'm like, really? So if you haven't been able to tell, my love language is gifts. All right, anybody else's love language gifts? Yeah. I feel like everybody should be involved. Yeah. Does anybody bring anything when they go to a listing appointment? Does anybody bring anything with them? Yes. What do you bring?
I bring nothing but cakes.
Yeah.
Or I have like these custom handmade soaps.
Mhm.
They're like the shape of a house, and there's little sayings on them, and they're wrapped like beautifully.
That's awesome.
Inexpensive, but
Mm-hmm. And that's unique. What else? What do you bring?
I would like to comment that I am in fact all about shameless self-promotion
Yeah.
for the cutting board. So we have a coffee mug that's branded, that's kind of overflowing with little teas and things.
That's perfect.
But I love your line, because that's literally, I show up to every appointment saying, you know, my mother taught me you never show up empty-handed, so I brought you a little something. So I love that that's your line.
I love that. That's awesome. So we do have one branded gift that we give throughout I should say two. So we have a cup that has our logo on it. Like, everybody loves good drinkware. It's still all the rage. I don't care what anybody says. I have like 50 of them, and I'll take them all day long. But this is one way. This is the initial reaction, the initial presentation of who I am. I'm thinking of you already, right? So I do recommend doing that as an opportunity for you guys to stand out, because if you're going up against somebody who doesn't bring something, that's something that's unique to you. Yes.
Quick question, if you're a buyer's agent
Mm-hmm.
primarily?
Yeah.
That's what I am, girl.
Yeah.
What would you
do.
One time it's like a cookie meeting where I buy them a cup of coffee and things like that.
Yeah.
Do you have recommendations?
Absolutely, sure. So when we meet somebody, whether it's a seller or a buyer, and depending how we meet them, we assume the business. And so say I had a phone call with somebody and it was a friend referred them to me, and I'm just talking to them and I'm doing a buyer consultation over the phone. Or like, hey, let's go get coffee. I may pay for the coffee. But we do something where it's, let me see if I have it in here. We do something where it's a lottery ticket. So this is where we talk about scaling. This is really easy. Where is it? Is it my next slide? Okay, it's not. So it's a card I made in Canva, and it just says, lucky to have you as a client, sending luck your way. And it has my information on that card, and I put in a lottery ticket, and I mail it to them. Whether they've already said they're using us or not, I'm assuming the business, because I've met you, had a conversation. So again, it's like a little touch. It's like $1.50. Not totally a big deal. Like, definitely can do it. The way we scaled it was we started first by just like a handwritten note, and then we put in the lottery card. Now we have like pre-printed like 100 of these cards. They're already filled out, so all we have to do, and it's an orange envelope, shocker. That's gonna be the theme of the day, by the way. If you guys have a color that you use, just go with it and run with it. Now they're pre-stuffed with the card, with the lottery ticket, and then all we have to do is hand address to wherever we're sending them. It makes it really easy. So that's like the mid-tier scalability there. The other thing we do for our buyers is the first time we meet them, I meant to ask you to bring this. I totally forgot.
I have one of these.
You should go see if you do. So we have this little like orange chiffon bag that we got measuring tapes that has our logo on it. So we do use our logo sometimes. It has a logo on it. It has little Post-it notes on it. So how many times have we gone to a home and they're like, oh, I wonder if my couch fits in this. Like, is this like a 10-foot island or a 12-foot island? Like those things like that. But it's so little that it's like a pocket pal measuring tape. But you can put it in your junk drawer. You can leave it in your car. You can put it in your purse. So anytime we meet a buyer, we bring a little measuring tape in this orange chiffon bag with a pen. Even though the measuring tape comes with a pen, but it's like yay big, and I can't write with that. So we do present something along those lines. The way I've scaled that is you can literally go on Amazon, bulk buy measuring tapes. What I did was I took it to the next step, because that's where we are in this process, is we use an experiential, a marketing person, a promotional marketing person who's local here, and she just made our logo on it. So now I pre-order like 100 of those, and as I get low, I order them again. So everybody gets that. Does that help answer your question? But the lottery card is like super simple to do. So I mentioned that I'm an Italian from New York earlier on. My background pre-real estate life, I've been doing this for about 9 years now, is in advertising agencies. So I used to work for DMV, Ogilvy, Young and Rubicam, like all the big wig advertising agencies. So the rule of thumb was a 7-touch system. You had to touch people in seven. It sounds so weird. You had to touch people in 7 different medias, right? So print, TV, mailer, online, things like that. So what I did was I took the 7-touch system and I implemented it in what I feel is authentic to myself, which is the gifting. Another way for people to remember. So every touch point is designed to for like a specific time of the process, but it's also curated to my personality, but relating to being a personal touch for them. So does anybody know about the 7-touch theory? Rule of 7? Oh, it really stinks that these aren't working.
You might have to just refresh it, and then if you're connected to the internet now, if you refresh it, it should work.
Oh, no. Okay. Yeah. So for our 7 touches, it's a gifting plan. Throughout the process, you get something. For the moment you meet me or we have a conversation, whether you're working with me or not, like you're getting something. And then from the day we get on your, oh yeah,
Ryan's a genius.
okay.
Mr. IT.
Thank you. So here's the lucky to have you. That's the lotto card that I talk about. So sellers, buyers get that from us. And And if you don't use me, well, you will. But if you don't, that like you still get something from me. Again, assume the business, like the confidence that like, hey, you're gonna use me, and hey, I remember you. This is the first showing. That's what the measuring tape looks like. Again, for our newer agents, buy a book on Amazon as you grow. Pre-order these with your logo on it, because I had somebody literally call me 3 years later, didn't have my phone number, which shame on me because I obviously wasn't doing well on following up and talking to them, but went to my website and then found my information. It's like, I still have your measuring tape, but I need to sell my home. And I was like, sweet, cool. And I literally was like, I was like, how did you like find out services? He's like, I have your measuring tape. He came to an open house of mine. I give these out at open houses as well. So something significant that people hold on to that like stays. Everybody loves measuring tape. We all have one in our junk drawer that like every time you open the drawer it's too big and you have to like do the drawer. So this is my rule of 7. This situation I'll talk about after. This is our bonus feature. 7 touches you'll get when you do a transaction with me. The one I talked about is a stress kit. So this is my favorite thing. So this shows our personality, and this is where I feel like you guys can really shine, and this is where you connect with the people that like really, we always want to work with the people that can represent us, or like that we feel the most comfortable with, that we could be ourselves. This is how you find your people too. So we have, again, how we scale this is a notebook and a pen, a little packet of Advil, some chocolate for, those days. And then there's a poop emoji stress ball. It's like the #1 thing people talk about. It sounds crazy. And my friend that does the marketing for me with the items, she was like, I really don't think you should do this. And I was like, but it's great. It's to make everybody laugh. And it's the #1 thing that people talk about because it shows our personality. Like, it's okay. Like, this is going to be hard. It's going to be a journey, but we can laugh on the way. Like, there are things that may come and a bump in the road. But hey, when you have the card literally says, oh crap moments, you got your stress ball. And it becomes like a really fun topic to talk about. But what we did to scale this now is we have these pre-packaged, so all we have to do is put the label on for our top producers, make 20 of these, put a label on it when you're ready. But we made a card on Canva that talks about the stress kit, and then it gets put in there. So it's not like a handwritten card, hey Molly, like so excited, blah, blah, blah. Like it just wasn't scalable at that point. But if you're a new agent, hey, get a cup that's the color like of your logo. If it's black, fill it up with Advil, some candy, and like a little card in it, and then you're done. So it's, again, like do it to what works best for you and your business. And these are just examples. So again, like I'm just here to share what we do for the experience for our clients. Take it, tweak it, do what works best for you. Use your personality. And then for moving, so we talk a lot about partners. There's vendors, but for us, we call them our partners because they're an extension of us. So where's D? Right there. Okay, so Star Moving Solutions is our moving partner. Remember I talked about earlier that I'm Italian from New York, I got a guy for everything. So like moving he's my guy. So he's part of the process. So I like to work with people that I know I can trust, that I know will do a good job for my clients, because we know like the moving part is where it can go real messy. I don't know if you've ever had a bad experience. Anytime somebody doesn't use our recommendation, it's like a disaster. What he does is once you get under contract, we give an automatic email introduction to our moving partner and say, hey, Molly, or hey Dee, this is Molly. She's moving from Sterling to Leesburg. We're closing on X date. Please provide her moving package by X date. It gives a warm introduction to our moving partner that we trust, that we know will take great care of. And he drops off a package of boxes. So again, not looking for anything in return, but showing that a gift, we're thinking of you, how can you make this easy for you? That's my job, that's also my partner's job. And we give them a starter package. It's like $150 worth of moving stuff, right? It's boxes, maybe some tape. But most of the time, like 90% of the time, they're going with D because they know that I'm hardcore about my partners. It's hard to get on my list, it's easy to get off. And they take great care of them. And now we just made it a little bit easier. We started them with their boxes because that's kind of like a pain, right? Packing. He gets opportunity to get some FaceTime with our client, and that's why we help each other out. Scratch your back, scratch mine. And then, oh look, a typo. Sorry. At closing is the next gift. So we were having a really hard time with making it personal. Like I was spending so much time trying to think of how can I make these people know I really care, and how can I make it all about them. So we started off with doing some Etsy stuff, like with really unique items based on what their interests are, or if they have kids, it was like a basket with their name on it. One client I had in the beginning, they were selling their lifelong home, and she's obsessed with lighthouses. And I got an Etsy board that had a lighthouse on it with her key glued to it that said, home is where your family is, and it was a picture of the family. So I got like real deep and sentimental. I've got a lot of tears at like closing table, but it's hard. It's not scalable, right? So for beginning agents, those are things that you can do. Etsy is your best friend. Get creative. What we ended up doing is, and we adapt. We started off with slate boards when slate boards were all the rage for the charcuterie. We just did their last name established 2026, whatever year that they bought the home. Then what we did was we moved over to doormats, which I was like, ooh, that's so cliche. We're giving a doormat, but everybody loves it. It's crazy. So we went with it. You talked earlier about celebrating. One thing we give is a bottle of champagne for them. Hey, this is a bottle of champagne. Go celebrate. Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. That's a way to back up what you say, because champagne equates, again, like the emotion of giving somebody champagne is a celebration, right? So think of it like that. And then we give them a keychain that just says welcome home. It has our logo on it, but it doesn't have our name on it. And our logo kind of looks like a little house. I'll pass it around. You can get these on Amazon. You don't have to have them engraved. That's, again, like we're in the mid-tier, so we decided to engrave them. One thing we have done, and I highly recommend it, as you're looking to scale your business and your experience for your clients, the best thing you can do is start partnering with people. So one thing we started doing is we started partnering with a local winery. I don't know, is anybody here live in Loudoun? Yay. Oh my God, there's like movie. Okay, so Loudoun is a destination place for wine, right? Wine and beer. We have all the breweries, all the wineries. Walsh Winery is a family-owned winery that we have a relationship with. So we reached out to them saying, hey, we always give a celebratory bottle of champagne, but I would love to give a bottle of your wine as well and send people back to you. So like even if you don't live in Loudoun, but you live in Fairfax or DC, like it's still a destination place. So what they did was like, yeah, sure. They gave it to me at cost, the bottle of wine, and then they give me tasting cards for free tastings to get people back in. So one, I'm showing that, hey, like celebrating you, like go have fun, go taste some wine. And then also bringing in the community, right? Being able to say, hey, proud partner with Walsh Winery on my social media and tagging them. And then this is like a class for another day. Then the Walsh Winery now shares that post that I did. And now my brand has exposure to their database and their followers that I didn't have prior to that. So bringing in, like tagging community, like so even if you're in Fairfax County, and let's just say you do a ton in Fairfax County, what's the local go-to restaurant? What's the local fun place for kids? What can we do to tie in another experience so people know that we're thinking of them and we're just not a transaction? Don't get me wrong, like we are relationship based, but not everybody is like that. But if you're relationship based and you want to have a referral clientele where you don't have to necessarily buy the leads and they keep coming to you, those are the best phone calls to get. So that's up to you. But then we don't stop there at the closing table. I always tell everybody, for good or for bad, I'm here for life. Like my relationship doesn't stop at the closing table. How many people have said that to your clients? Okay. So 2 months later, what we do is we send a movie package to them. And the movie package includes, again, a curated card for a family movie night, a thing of popcorn. We literally buy a case of popcorn at Costco. And then on Amazon, we buy these like little popcorn boxes. And then we give them an Amazon gift card for $10 to rent a movie. And we just say, hey, you're probably settling in now, like kick up your feet, enjoy a movie on us.
Can you just clarify, that's 1 month?
This is 2 months after.
2 months.
Yeah, this is 2 months after. So, one thing, when we talked about the wine bottle when at closing, so what we did was, like, okay, how can we make sure we're doing something to bring it back full circle? It's like, the rule of thumb for like a comedian is like when you say something in the beginning and then you bring it back full circle. This is touch number 7. So with the wine bottle, we talk about it's your home anniversary bottle. Like save this for your 1 year to celebrate your home anniversary. So what we do is we end up sending them a wine stopper. We started with just the initial of their last name, and then it got hard to scale. So like if your last name was, I don't know, Bobby, we sending you a B, and then it comes to the card that says, hey, congratulations, happy home anniversary, pop open up that bottle of wine to celebrate. And now we just brought it back full circle. And we got a lot of people who were sending us like screenshots of them drinking the wine, and then having the bottle stopper in it. And then again, like it's a post on social media, they tag us, we reshare it, people that we don't know from their group are seeing that. We're still thinking about you a year later. That's our rule of 7 for how we integrate, that's not the word I'm looking for. What's the word I'm looking for? Integrate, yes. This is why I keep him around. Okay. We integrate the rule of 7, the advertising theory, because we are marking it for the experience of our clients. So the reason why they talk about so it's said that people need to be hit bit by you 7 times, but the problem is like now like we're living in the social media instant gratification era. So I need to make sure that we are adapting to that. And what we did is a bonus feature, which is our quarterly gifting from Client Giant. Does anybody use Client Giant? Okay. This is the easiest set it and forget it. Easiest thing. So ironically, when Client Giant came about, we happened to be doing some of these things and we started using Client Giant because again, it's set it and forget it. They do have curated gifting like this for you that if you want to pay, I think it was like $400 and something a month, they'll do something similar to this. I just wanted to have a more personal touch because I like to make things a little bit more complicated, but I also like the personal touch. I got to add like things that are unique to us, like the poop emoji and our logo on the cup and our lotto cards. So what they do is they send a gift for you every quarter. So they get 4 gifts a year from you. So now that's 7 plus 4. I can't math, it's too early.
11.
What was that? 11? 11 touches. So now we're starting to make up for that instant gratification. Like the people don't have like the memory that like what we used to. Like it's more than 7 touches at this point. We just want to cushion that a little bit. That now for Client Giant is $140 a year per client. I call them the non-essential nicety gifts because they're like things you didn't know that you needed, but now that you have it, you need it. So like Turkish towels or maybe some spices. It's a portable charger. It's a blanket. It's we just had one that
tea one time.
we had the tea. We had one that was all about like manifesting and being deliberate on like being conscious of your thoughts are going through your head and stuff. And it was a calendar. So like every day you turn it, it talks about like something, a positive affirmation, like journaling, right? Affirmation journaling, things like that. And people loved it. So what I like about that is I know when it's getting sent and I'll follow up. It's just another touch point. Hey, did you get our stress kit? hey, did you get our moving packet? What movie did you rent? So I want to know if it's good enough. Should I rent it too? Or hey, when you get that movie packet, just saw this movie, you should totally rent it.
Yeah.
Same with the quarterly gifting. So it gives me an opportunity. The idea here is creating opportunity for conversation. So the more you can stay top of mind, the more you can communicate with people, the better. Does anybody have any questions about the seven touch rule? Yeah.
Can you just repeat what you said about the doormat?
The doormat?
What do you do the doormat?
Oh, so what I did with the doormat, how I scaled that is I found somebody on Etsy. I reached out to them and said, hey, I have a closing gift that I want to be doing. I'll probably be getting like 5 of these a month from you. But I wanna make sure that they know it's from us because we were doing this and somebody had a doormat. They didn't know who idea where it was from. So we gave them a card that just again created a card in Canva, and they put it in every package that they send out. So I'm like outsourcing that because it's hard to do it like locally. If you can find someone locally that does that, that's great. And so all I do is when we go in, our transaction coordinator goes in, orders it, and then puts level up homes in the parentheses so they know to include that. So a lot of times, like these things that we're thinking of that we want to do, it feels so hard and far-fetched, but you just ask the question. Like people are willing to do it. Well, one, I'm giving her a ton of business. She's giving a personal touch for me, and we just put in their last name, and that's it. Yes.
You said, and you may have already gone into this, the principal asking you, you said that you have, like, you were like, oh, my girl that does this for me, or my marketing person.
Yeah.
Are you working with an outside company? Is there someone on your team? Like, I have a marketing person.
Oh,
You
cool.
do a little bit of this, but this is like a whole other level.
Yeah.
Like, describe what that is.
Okay.
What the support is you have.
So the marketing person I talked about is a promotional marketing person. She's the one who does like our pens, our books, our cuts. So she basically can create any product that you want and put your logo on it, or not put your logo on it. So I use her because she helps me with ideas. She's the one who mentioned the measuring tape. And she's like, well, and then we've done like lights, like flashlights before too, which I highly recommend. Like that was one that we did earlier on. Everybody keeps a flashlight under their kitchen sink. Like I don't know if that's an old school thing, if people still do that.
There were those lanterns.
So they were like a lantern thing, like it pops up. So also, she's one of my best friends and she lives locally, and I love to support friends and businesses that are local. So I do recommend, you can go on like Vistaprint and like different companies like this online. It's just a little bit more of a personal touch because she's directly working with you. And if you say, hey, this is the celebrate, what's one of the words you on number 1 that you chose on your worksheet?
My worksheet is supported and connected.
Okay, so if you like let her know I'm looking for something that shows that my clients, I'm supporting them, we're connected, I really love X, Y, and Z, like this is what I've done in the past, like she'll help you curate like a good gift that represents you, but a client would like to.
You can share her information.
Yeah, absolutely. I try to get her to come, she had a meeting today, but I will definitely share information. Yeah.
Are you continuing with Client Giant after year 1?
Yes, so the Client Giant starts I upload their information on month number 3. So depending on where they fall, where those gifts get sent out, they'll probably not get their first gift for another 2 months. So they do get a Client Giant gift within that 1-year time span. And then you have an opportunity to have it auto renew every year. This is the set it and forget it model. Or it will tell you, hey, Ashley Fenn's like is about to expire. Do you want to auto renew? Yes or no? I have this really big problem where I really hate when people don't say thank you. So I'm like, well, you didn't say thank you. Clearly you don't care. And then I'm like, you're off my list. Not doing it. But it again, like it just depends on if you use this as a touch point, as an opportunity to connect with people, as an opportunity to have another conversation, to then again stay top of mind, it's so easy. And for $140, I mean, my average commission, and I'll get to the next slide. Actually, I'll get into like the pricing in the next slide. When I show you the next slide of like pricing, you're gonna be like, oh, this feels like a no-brainer. I will share Ashley's information for you. If you just have to shoot me an email or a text message, I'll happy to do an introduction. She's happy to work with anybody.
We're talking about the CRM and like how we create it.
Oh, I didn't talk about, no, I mean, if you want, you can.
Okay, real quick, just in case you guys are wondering how to like implement this so you actually do it. If you're using if you're using a CRM, which probably most of you are, a lot of them will have either plans for your clients that you can build out, or it will be transactional plans as well. So like if you're using Lofty, it definitely does it. Boomtown, what are the other ones we've used? CRM. Follow Boss definitely doesn't. All of them do it, so you can build it out where it's essentially, I have a client, they're in this stage, and it's going to populate a bunch of tasks. So if you're a newer agent, you can have all these tasks for yourself, and you're like, okay, I got to write a card, or I got to mail this, or blah blah blah. You get into the middle, now you've got an admin or somebody else. They've got all the stacks of pre-made boxes and pre-made whatevers. They get a task that says send this out. It gets sent out, and again, it's sort of just done for you. Like we already did the work, you know, Andrea and I like quarterly will just fill a bunch of boxes and stuff, a bunch of stuff, get the kids to do it, whatever, and they're ready to go. But then you have an admin or someone doing this for you. Sometimes it could even be, you know, some friend next door that just wants some extra cash or something. It makes it easy. If you rely on remembering it, you won't. I mean, especially if you're like me. So it's nice to get like a little reminder, or whoever's supposed to get the task, then you can also see that it's taken care of. With Client Giant, we usually do like an annual audit of like, look
Who
through.
didn't say thank you?
Yeah. Who didn't say thank you? Are we going to keep these people on? We haven't heard from them. They don't answer their phone anymore. Maybe they get knocked off at some point. For the most part, we let it roll because people just randomly come back after 4 years and they're like, oh yeah, thanks for those gifts. Like they didn't say thank you for 4 years, but then they come back and they say, hey, I need to list my house and I need you to help me buy this other one. We're like, okay, it was worth the $140 per year every time. So yeah, it's really just like forcing yourself into a system where we're doing two things. We're keeping it personal because we personalize the gifts, or we'll have like a, hey, somebody had a baby, somebody's getting married, somebody, like we'll have those pre-planned out so we're not rethinking each time. It's like, oh, they had a kid, great, we have the kid gifts. Oh, they're getting married, we have these gifts that we already have ready, so we're not rethinking of it every time. It's just like, easy button is what we try to do for everything.
Yeah. Speaking of, so he's the operations guy, if you can't tell. So I want nothing to do with that. I do want to like take like a moment where I want you guys to consider what we just talked about, and on step 2, decide like if I'm not implementing an experience or a gifting, or it doesn't have to be gifts, it could be something else. It could be like, hey, I'm gonna go meet you for lunch in between this stage and this stage. I would say go ahead and take time to fill out step number 2 right now. And why you're doing that, I'm just gonna talk about like what John just said, is anytime you do something more than 2 times, you should make it a template. It will make your life so much easier. I'm gonna give you gift cards. Yeah, gift cards. So we found like people were having babies, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking of something every single time. Well, we no longer add the logo. We did that one time and I hated that. But welcome to my crib. It's like, it's very punny, right? So if it's a boy, they get this onesie with a bow tie. If it's a girl, they get a onesie with a headband. And spoiler alert, the bow tie and the headband are orange. So they think of us, right? Bereavement gift, we found a good bereavement gift that we really like. So we'll pre-order a couple, or we order them direct on Amazon and just send them through Amazon, add the gift for $3.99, and that's it. Stop overthinking it. I love to do that. I love it. But it just makes it easy, so it's done. So if you have a system, and believe it or not, like just knowing what you're gonna do, knowing what your gift is, it is already one step to a system. Okay, so where is this? All right. So we talked about the rule of 7, and you have to experience the brand 7 times to build trust and recognition before people start actually remembering you. We have the 7 gifts, but we also do things throughout the year. So how many people have like an email, a weekly email or a monthly email that you send out? Great, like that's a touch. And then how many things do you sponsor at the local school or an event in general, like even something like this? Do you have client events? So, for example, with us, how we do it, during a 1 year, one single transaction, people are getting hit by us or touched by us 75 times. So that's a lot. So just kind of give you guys an idea. But anybody have questions on being able to implement the 7 touches in their business? Yeah.
Out of this, do you think how many of them you deliver personally or sending?
Yeah, great question. So the question is, how many of these am I delivering personally or if I'm just mailing? Closing gift I bring to the table, which is that bottle of champagne to celebrate and the bottle of wine. Everything, and then the measuring tape I bring, and the bun cakes I bring, everything else is mailed. So, yeah. Let's see. Okay. So, who wants to be a brave soul and answer? Oh my God.
You
Number
can click
six.
the
Yeah.
like, you know, there's
The arrow.
arrows. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. That makes sense.
I think at least. If you can't, then I will.
Let's see. Okay. Does anybody send gifts like for like life happenings, like graduation? You do. Awesome. That's great. Do you want to share what you sent?
So kind of these same things that you're talking about, those are the big categories of what it is, but I'm like you, and I spend so much time when I get on Etsy and I make everything perfect and personal
Yeah.
until I'm like losing my mind.
Yeah.
But they're all different, right? So I just sent one this week. Oh my God, what was it even for? I don't even remember, that's so bad, but I just did it on Etsy.
Yeah. Etsy is amazing. It's like a
Oh, a
dark
job
hole.
promotion.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
job promotion that one of my clients got, and so I put together this really cute, like, ask anything for her and sent it.
That's perfect. So what you can do is remember what you bought and who you bought it through, and next time there's a job promotion, go back on Etsy and order the same thing.
Yeah.
Like template. Like done. I had a gift, they liked it, and I'm moving on, and that's what I'm gonna do from now on. I'm not gonna think about it. It's really hard. I've been there, but yeah.
2 things I've done. One is if they have a dog, I give the champagne bottle at closing if they're a buyer, but then I also give them the dog chew toy champagne bottle
Oh, cute.
because people care more about their dogs than anything else.
Yeah, so true.
And they all love that, and oftentimes it gets posted on social media. And then the other thing I've done too is usually when they get under contract, I'll send an edible arrangement to their office to congrats on getting under contract in your new home, and they usually have conversations, or like for nurses, I'll send it to the hospital, and like, you know, they all
That's awesome.
have gotten, you know, many referrals that way.
But the thing is, like, they're experiencing your brand in front of other people.
Exactly.
Like when you send it
Like,
to the
our realtor didn't do that.
Yeah. Do you know how many people we get people saying that? Like we have friends that like before like had used us or moved here from another place, so then we became friends. They're like, I don't get a gift. I'm like, oh, but the thing is, the best thing is systematizing the back end. Like John said, if you don't have like a CRM that you're using, but you have a flow of what you do day by day, just add in there. So, did anybody fill out step number 2? And anybody fill out step number 2 yet that want to share? Otherwise, I'm gonna call on you, and then it's gonna be weird if you didn't fill it out. You're gonna be embarrassed. Hi. Anybody want to share? I'm gonna give you a couple more minutes. When you're filling out step number 2, I would suggest also looking at step number 3. So if you're saying like my first meeting, I'm gonna do something for them. Again, it doesn't have to be a gift. That's just who I am. Well, what do you think that would be?
Another thing real quick, I was gonna say, sometimes you have to pivot, like we're finding a lot of people don't drink now. And we were just
Yeah.
like, oh, I guess we need to not do champagne and wine. So that's another one of those things, like you've got the drinker package and you got the non-drinker package, or something like that. But again, it's like, and you can always go above and beyond. We just find like having a baseline that works for most of the world is great. And then if you have some favorite client and you want to go nuts with them, by all means, overthink it.
Yeah. All right, who wants to be the brave soul and volunteer for number 2 and number 3? Don't all raise your hands at once. Okay. Go ahead, Stavros.
So I chose a couple of these. One thing that I actually email.
Is what?
A weekly email.
Uh-huh.
On Thursday, and I do like the top one every day.
Oh, cool.
I just had a whole
Awesome. Awesome. So, are you consistently doing that every week?
I was, and then we switched for CRM and it was so yes.
So, we're moving to implement that again.
Just got to read it all the way.
Yeah. So that's really cool. So Stavros is building a community and adding value by making it personal about not a transaction, but like how you can help somebody else, like the best restaurants. Okay, super easy. You can Google it. You can just pick your own. What another way to capitalize on that is making a reel and putting it on social media and sharing it and tagging that restaurant in hopes that they'll share it with you, share it for you too. Anybody check off step number 2 that doesn't know what they should do for that particular step, but they want to? No? No? Cool. Okay, so I know I'm running out of time. When you do, this is just more things to do. Anytime somebody refers us, we give them a $10 gift card to Starbucks. We just text it to them because we want to like promote them, like reward them for like their good behavior, you know? So like if somebody's like messaging you on Facebook, like, hey, I just messaged my friend, she's looking to move, I gave her your information. I'm like, thank you so much. And then they get a gift from me when they close. So here's the big one. So when you guys fill out step 2, step 3, and then you're gonna fill out like who's doing it. So you had asked me a question like, who's your marketing person? This could be a transaction coordinator. This could be a client service care. It could be somebody. It could be you. It doesn't have to be somebody else. Just depending on what stage you're at. So let's talk numbers because we do events, 2 events a year. So our events for our portion cost anywhere from $750 to $1,500. One referral. Our annual gifting cost us $350 for all those gifts I mentioned to you, the 7 plus the bonus of Client Giant. My average commission is $18,000. So you guys have some math work that you could do on your sheet too. So for a $350 spend for an $18,000 commission, that's 50 times more of my investment. So if I told you, hey, you're gonna make $18,000, but it's gonna cost you $350, would you do it? Yeah, you should be like, yes, because that's like an awesome return. So we strive to keep our costs for our gifting plan less than 2% of our business. So overall, our budget, it costs 1.9% of our commission, and I did 41 deals last year. It cost me $10,250, which equated to 1.75% of my GCI.
Or 1 month of Zillow.
Or 1 month of Zillow leads, yeah. So this is how you build, you can help build a referral community for yourself because you're pouring into people. We are in the people business, right? Whether sometimes days we don't like people and other days we do like people. So the more we can make it about others and implement ourselves into their community and create a community around it, you can spend $10,000 on a Zillow lead, or you can spend that across 41 deals, and then actually get your monies back. Yeah, you have a question?
Yeah, do you do gifts for like your sphere or database, or is it just for clients?
I do. So that's a really good question. So if I have clients or I have friends that are huge cheerleaders for us, never done business with them, but they refer me all the time, I put them on Client Giant and they get invited to my events. And every time I invite somebody to my events, including clients, I say, who do you know that I need to meet or do you think would have fun at this event? Bring them. Just like expanding your SOI. So like an example was I had one client, she interviewed a couple of agents and I brought the bundt cake and she was like, you're the one that brought me something. Like, I thought that was really sweet of you. And from her one deal, I got 3 buyers and 1 seller. So if I could do that every time, 4 transactions from one relationship, it just keeps multiplying. Look at all these people. Anybody have any questions? Yes.
I'll just say when I sell to a first-time home buyer,
Mhm.
I always get them a 1-year home warranty.
Yes.
And that has helped them.
Great.
In different scenarios. Some people never have to use it, thank
Yeah.
goodness, but other times,
Okay.
they're like, wow, you just saved me some money.
Yeah. A home warranty is great. Who is your home warranty partner? Okay. So one just tip for you is Super is somebody that we use.
Yeah, we've used that in the past too.
And they co-brand, so anytime your client does something, you get a message anytime they use them. So you can be like, hey, how did that service go for you?
I like to talk, it's, not so good. Yeah, like they didn't fix something, they probably should have fixed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
yeah.
So stuff
we
like
have
that.
used them.
I think that's a great thing. People don't think about that. They think they have homeowners insurance and like that's enough. A home warranty is great. But does it keep you in touch and in mind if they don't use it? Right? So how can you make
Plus, I follow up,
yeah, so how you take an extra step by following up with them. That's awesome.
I have a question.
Yes.
Kind of. So I really like the nothing bundt cake idea.
Mhm.
Do you strategically so for instance, let's say you don't live somewhere close, like you want somewhere, I'm assuming that's close to your house or on the way that you can just stop by, pick it
Yeah.
up and go.
Mhm.
So while I'm writing this down, do you pick things that are in those shopping centers or how do you go about?
That's a really good question, and that's what you're not gonna like my answer. So I love bundt cake, and I feel like everybody who doesn't, right? So it is not close to my house, and it's a pain in the ass. So what I found that I thought was really easy for them, and why I started just using it consistently again, because I didn't want to keep on thinking about it. They have an app. I order the app. I run the app, and whatever. This is the 2 bundt cake, and I order 6 at a time, and I freeze them. Yes. Yes. I freeze them if I don't use them. But so if I have something coming up, for instance, I have a couple to give out to our partners today. So I bought 7 because I know on Saturday I'm going to a listing appointment. But I will just make.
Sometimes it might still be frozen.
And sometimes they may still be frozen because somebody didn't take them out.
Do they come wrapped in that
Yep.
cellophane?
Yeah.
So you freeze them with the cellophane?
And I asked, I was like, is this okay to do? If this is these are all fresh made, so you can put them in the freezer for a couple of months, and then you just take them out the morning of or the night before, and they're awesome. So the baker told me, and I had a friend that was a big baker. She's like, absolutely, you can totally do that. So I make a stop, once in a while, and I just stock up a little bit. But if I know I'm gonna have a couple things going on in 1 week, I get it for the week. That's helpful.
That's very helpful.
You can also go to any of your local grocery stores or Wegmans or something like that. I've gone to Wegmans before, and I asked them I go to the bakery and I asked them to put it packaged, but just to hand me the sticker because I don't want them to see that I got it at Wegmans. Good question though. I think it's just a matter of whatever works best for you. If it's close to your house, that's really good. Okay, so I don't know if you guys do we have volume? No. Oh.
The sales are going like this.
Let's try this one more
And then
time.
they try to got milk and the sales are.
So everybody knows who that person is, but the biggest thing is clear communication systems and being able to template everything. Do it twice, template it. But to back up my theory of why it's important for people to experience you and your service.
The dairy industry tried for 20
I don't know if you guys
years
can hear
to
that.
convince you that milk was good for you. It's a lie, but they tried anyway. And the sales are going like this. And then they tried got milk and the sales are going like this. Got milk doesn't even talk about the product. Matter of fact, they focus on the absence of the product. But the best example of all, and one of the greatest jobs of marketing the universe has ever seen tonight. Remember, Nike sells a commodity. They sell shoes. And yet when you think of Nike, you feel something different than a shoe company. In their ads, as you know, they don't ever talk about the products. They don't ever tell you about their air soles and why they're better than Reebok's air soles. What does Nike do? They honor great athletes, and they honor great athletes. That's who they are. That's what they are about.
so this is my information too. So that's really what I wanted to share with you guys today is all about experience. Like make people feel like they're not thinking of, oh yeah, my friend sells homes. Like, oh my gosh, my friend, when she came to my house, she brought me bunk cakes and like she got me this like poop emoji. It was so hilarious. My kids love it. Like we go to a music trivia event every year that they host. Like you gotta come, it's so much fun. They're talking about you as a person, and not just as like a product, right? And like we see like those top companies that are like the Nike, the Coca-Colas, like they're not selling a product, they're selling an emotion, an experience. So one thing we do at the events too, and if you guys host, does everybody host events for their clients? Okay. One thing we do, and I highly recommend, is there's something to be said about working with somebody and their character, right? So people want to work with people who they know, like, and trust. So after our events, we ask people for reviews. Like, just to say, like, did you like the event? Like, or like, oh, like, I love Andrea. She's so, like, she was so much fun. They had this music trivia night. Like, I would trust her with anything. It's not about the transaction. It's about you as a person, right? So I do recommend doing that. Like, thanks, like, text message the next day. Thanks so much for coming. Would you mind sending us a review if you had a good time? Things like that. All right, so I would like to make sure, I was super nervous before this and I talk really fast, so I always like to make sure everybody's walking away with golden nuggets. So I would love if somebody would share a golden nugget that they feel that they can implement today. If they went home, they could do this right now.
I love the idea of the first meeting was appointment gifts.
Yeah.
It never would have gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's very smart.
Thank you. So
Thank
you
you.
should write that down on number 2. And then how are you gonna do it? Who's gonna do it for you? You're gonna get
I'm gonna do it for myself. but
Okay.
I'm like, I like the idea of doing like a charcuterie plate, but it's so
Yeah.
perishable. So I don't know, I gotta figure that out.
Well, so if you do that, like what you can do is like you go to like a Wegmans or a Trader Joe's or something like that where it's pre-made, and all you do is like, you know, every time you're going to a listing appointment, you pick the item you want and you go pick it up. That's one way you can do it. Or if it's not perishable, go pre-order a bunch of charcuterie slate boards, and then you just have a slate board. Yeah. Anybody else? Golden nugget, yes.
I love the stress kit, whether it's
Yeah.
buyer or seller.
The poop
Yeah.
emoji. You're gonna do it, right?
That's your thing, let's move.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that's so hard and it's put it all in.
Right.
So let them know that you understand.
Yes.
That is, to me, that's part of my 2 things that I did on the first one, supportive or whatever.
Yeah. That's awesome. So it's empathy, right? Like we know things are gonna happen, but we're here to support you like as a partner. So what do you think? So you like the stress kit? Like what do you think you would do, or they go under contract as something that you would implement?
In the stress kit?
Yeah. Like what would you do? Would you do that same stress
I
kit?
would do that same stress
I love it. Do it. Send me a picture when you send it.
I'll send you some food.
Yeah. It's so funny because after I did this one training, like I had like 3 agents the next week send me a picture of their bunk cake towers, and I was like, I love it with all like their color ribbons on it. Okay, who else is going to? Who else will actually want to share with me? What is it going to cost you based on your average commission? What would it cost you to do this? Yes. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to
I
share.
just love the idea for the buyers, like to do a basket with the measuring tape and know the pattern and because I work mostly with buyers.
Okay.
Measuring tape is always missing and.
Yeah. And you just keep it in your car, right? So, like,
Exactly,
so you don't have to remember to bring it. I always forget.
Yeah.
All right. I have a bun cake for somebody who is willing to share what their average commission is because you filled it out and what it's going to cost you. Like, what's that percentage of your business that it would cost? Who wants to share? I'm going to call on you. I'm going to call on you.
I don't know the math on
Yeah.
it, but I do know that this will cost me a lot less than what I'm currently spending.
Yeah, exactly.
I do a whole big gifting program, but I'm talking about like $500 for clothing. I mean, I really invest heavily in my clients. We're all there, you know, so every gift is at least $50.
Yeah.
So this would be for me.
Yeah.
To
I love
streamline
it. It's one of, thank you for sharing. It's one of those things like you guys ever go to like Costco and you don't bring the list and then you buy everything because you're like, oh my god, this looks so good. I think I need to try that. And all of a sudden, like you were like, instead of spending like $200, you're spending $500. The more you can curate and systematize it, you'll actually save money, and that was the point of doing that exercise, is if you can just pick those items, like they're still personal to you, personal to your client, but you save time and money, and that's all we're trying to do.
I was gonna say, I really also liked like making it easy, because we do like grand gifts and things like that, but I really even like texting a Starbucks for someone who refers, because that's so easy. You don't have to like go buy someone and ship it. It's like click of a button,
Yeah.
and it's like doesn't cost that much. And
doesn't-
so I really
it
like
doesn't
that.
Also, once they click on it, you know that they accepted it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? So
Yeah.
like that
So it's
also-
just I like those ideas, and even like the lottery ticket doesn't cost, but if you have a bunch, you can just mail it out. So just like things that don't cost a lot but are still very personable, in addition to all of the
Yeah.
other extravagant things.
Exactly. And then one thing I will say is really quick. During COVID, when it was like a hot mess like market where we were all like doing 36 offers at once, anytime I did a deal with an agent, I sent them a mug as a gift on the other side, because like, hey, like if I did a deal with you and it went well, like, and I see you come through with another offer, another home, I'm gonna like be like, I would love to work with this person, because I know we're gonna get to the closing table. So because I couldn't do this at any of my partners, they are awesome, but they also have super great offers for you. So Dominion Home Inspection is one of my inspectors I use, and he said that anybody that mentions this event, he will give you a free radon test next time you use him for an inspection. So if you want to take a picture of that, and Brandon is the man. You can also text me. And then Tika is here. So I don't know if you guys don't follow me on social media, please do, simply because you can see Tika's amazing work. So we talk about partners. She's my marketing partner in the sense of my Instagram, my reels. So you'll also see that like how we showcase a home is more of like the emotion of the home. Again, the experiencing the home, not just like a walk-through elevator kind of pitch. She is going to be giving free reels to the first 5 people who book with her. And she does really awesome work. So, and she's here. Raise your hand. Any questions for me? I talk long and I talk fast, so I apologize. You guys are welcome to text me or talk to me after this, or shoot me a message if you guys have questions. I love nothing more than like, hey, like I really want to do a closing gift or a contract gift, but this is what I'm thinking of, like what do you think? I'm all here for helping you guys figure out to make it like a very like easy system.